Once upon a time, far away, lived a kind old man with 7 daughters. They lived in a quaint village surrounded by lush greenery and the gentle hum of nature. He loved them all very much, each one holding a special place in his heart. But one daughter was special, standing out not just in beauty but in spirit. Her name was Ande, a name that resonated with kindness and grace. She wasn't his real daughter, but he loved her like she was, treating her with the same affection and care. Ande had a gentle heart and was very humble, always putting others before herself. She was even more beautiful than her sisters, but she didn't know it. Her beauty was not just skin deep, it radiated from within.
I wish my sisters knew that real beauty comes from inside. It's not about how you look, but how you treat others.
Ande was always kind, her actions speaking louder than words. She was nice to everyone, from the youngest child to the oldest villager. But her sisters were vain, obsessed with their own reflections. They thought being beautiful was all that mattered, spending hours perfecting their looks. They spent all their time making themselves look pretty, neglecting the beauty of a kind heart.
Look at us, sisters. We are the prettiest girls in the land. They would often boast, unaware of the true essence of beauty.
One day everyone heard the news. The village was abuzz with excitement. A handsome prince was looking for a wife, a partner to share his life with. His name was Prince Kusumayuda, known for his charm and grace. But the prince was hiding who he really was, seeking something more than just admiration. He called himself Ande Ande Lumut, a simple fisherman, to find a love that was genuine. He wanted a wife who loved him for who he was, not for his money or title, someone who saw the beauty in simplicity. News about Ande Ande Lumut traveled fast. Young women dressed in their best clothes hurried to the river. They all wanted to see the mysterious fisherman and make him fall in love with them.
Sisters, we have to look perfect. The prince will definitely choose one of us.
Ande sisters, excited about becoming princesses, got ready. They spent hours looking in their shiny bronze mirrors. They put on sparkling jewelry and beautiful silk dresses. Ande kept doing her chores. She took care of their little garden, fed the chickens and swept the dusty yard.
Real love is about what's inside, not money or being important.
As her sisters showed off and talked about marrying the prince, Ande felt sad for them. They only cared about being rich and famous, and they didn't see the importance of being humble and kind. These were things Ande valued, and she believed they would make her happy, whether she met the prince or not. Ande wasn't completely alone in her way of thinking. She often felt a deep connection with the natural world around her, sensing that there was more to life than what met the eye. A wise old crane lived in the garden. This crane was not just any bird. He was known for his wisdom and his ability to see into the hearts of those around him. He had watched the family for years, observing their joys and sorrows, their struggles and triumphs. He liked Ande's kind heart, and saw how special she was, even though she dressed simply. Her actions spoke louder than her appearance, and the crane admired her for that. One day, while Ande was working, the crane came to her. It was a moment she would never forget.
Dear Ande, I know you have a good heart, and you don't want to be rich or famous. Your humility and kindness are what make you truly special. But Ande Ande Lumut isn't a regular fisherman. He is someone who seeks a partner with a heart as pure as yours. He's a prince looking for a wife with a heart as pure as yours. He has disguised himself to find someone who loves him for who he truly is, not for his title or wealth.
Ande was surprised. She had never imagined that her simple life would intersect with that of a prince. She never wanted to be a princess. The idea of living in a palace and wearing fancy clothes didn't appeal to her, but what the crane said made her curious. Could it be that her destiny was intertwined with Ande Ande Lumut's?
But how can I get to him? She asked, her voice filled with uncertainty. My sisters are already going, dressed in their fancy clothes. They have everything they need to impress him.
Don't worry, kind Ande. Take this magic broom. It will fly you safely to Ande Ande Lumut. Trust in your heart and your journey. But be careful. The journey will be hard. There will be obstacles that test your spirit and resolve. Only someone with a truly good heart can overcome the challenges ahead. Your kindness and humility will be your greatest strengths.
Ande thanked the crane, took the broom and flew into the sky. She felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. She was excited and a little scared as she started her unexpected adventure. The sky seemed vast and full of possibilities. The wind seemed to whisper about the challenges she would face, but she was determined. She knew that her journey would not be easy, but she was ready to face whatever came her way. She knew her kindness and humility would help her. With every beat of her heart, she felt more prepared to meet Ande Ande Lumut and prove that true goodness always prevails. Cletting Kuning's sisters arrived at the river, their hearts filled with excitement and anticipation. They giggled and whispered amongst themselves, each one eager to be the first to catch the prince's eye and win his favor. But the river before them was deep and treacherous, its currents swift and unforgiving. The water moved very fast, creating a formidable barrier that few could cross. A giant crab named Yuyu Kangkang stood guard over the river, his presence both intimidating and awe-inspiring. He shouted to the sisters, his voice echoing across the water with a commanding tone.
Stop, pretty ladies. Crossing here is dangerous. You must prove your worth. Only those who are truly beautiful, inside and out, can cross safely.
The sisters, confident in their beauty and charm, laughed at the crab's challenge. They believed they could easily charm him with their looks and sweet words. The oldest sister, with a confident stride, stepped forward to address Yuyu Kangkang. She bowed gracefully, her silk dress shimmering in the sunlight, hoping to impress the guardian.
Oh, great Yuyu Kangkang. You can see we are the most beautiful girls in the land. Our beauty is unmatched. Let us cross, and we'll give you jewels and riches beyond your wildest dreams.
But Yuyu Kangkang was not swayed by their outward appearances or their promises of wealth. He knew that real beauty wasn't about fancy clothes, glittering jewels, or sweet talk. He laughed heartily, and the ground beneath the sisters' feet began to shake.
Your words are empty, just like your hearts. True beauty lies within, not in outward appearances. Real beauty isn't how you look, it's what's inside. Show me your true worth, and only then will I let you cross. The sisters stood in silence, realizing that their vanity and superficial charms would not help them here. They had to prove their inner beauty to cross the river.
The sisters, angry and embarrassed, whispered to each other.
No one had ever told them no because of their looks.
One by one, they tried to cross the river.
They tried sweet talk. They tried bribes.
But Yuyu Kangkang didn't care.
They got more and more upset.
They started arguing, blaming each other. Their hair and clothes got messy. Everyone could see what they were really like.
Cletting Kuning on her magic broom saw everything from the sky.
She saw how desperate her sisters were and how their vanity made them act ugly. She landed her broom far away and walked to the river feeling sad.
Oh, mighty Yuyu Kangkang, I know real beauty is what's in your heart. I don't want to cross because I'm vain, but because I want to follow my destiny.
Yuyu Kangkang had been watching Cletting Kuning. He knew she had a good heart.
You, Cletting Kuning, have the true beauty your sisters don't. Your kindness and humility shine brighter than any jewel. You may pass.
He moved his claw and the water parted, making a safe path for Cletting Kuning. As she crossed, she saw her sisters watching her. They looked jealous and surprised. She felt sorry for them. They cared so much about looks that they missed what real beauty was.
Real beauty comes from inside. I hope you'll see that someday.
Cletting Kuning, feeling kind, stopped. She took the magic broom and swept it over them, cleaning their clothes and making them look beautiful again. Then she continued her journey. She hoped her sisters would learn what real beauty meant. She knew her journey wasn't over, but she was ready for anything. Cletting Kuning followed the setting sun and finally arrived at Ande Ande Lumut's small house. He was waiting for her, fixing his fishing nets. He looked up and their eyes met. They knew each other right away.
I've been waiting for you, my love.
The prince didn't care about Cletting Kuning's simple clothes. He saw her kind heart. Cletting Kuning saw love and admiration in his eyes, and she knew she had found someone special.
Come in, let's talk.
Ande Ande Lumut took her hand and led her inside. They sat by the fire, talking and laughing until late at night. He told her how he wanted a wife who loved him for who he was, not for his title or money. She told him about her simple life and how she believed in kindness and humility.
I've fallen in love with your kind heart and genuine spirit.
Cletting Kuning, very happy, said yes. They went back to the palace and got married in a big ceremony. People came from all over.
We're sorry for being vain and mean. Please forgive us.
The Enchanting sisters realized they were wrong. They said sorry for being vain and mean and asked her to forgive them.
I forgive you. Come live in the palace with us.
Enchanting forgave her sisters and let them live in the palace. She taught them about being humble and kind, and they found love and happiness too. The story of Ande Ande Lumut and Enchanting became a legend. This story isn't just a fairy tale. It teaches us that real beauty is inside. Being humble is important, and true love wins. Enchanting's journey shows us that real happiness comes from inside, and that being ourselves helps us overcome challenges and get what we want. The story also shows us that being vain is bad, and it's important to look past what's on the outside. People of all ages still love the story of Ande Ande Lumut. It has been made into plays, movies, and TV shows so everyone can hear it. The story is so popular because it teaches good lessons and is about kindness, humility, and true love. The legend of Ande Ande Lumut helps us be kind, understanding, and connect with others. It reminds us that real beauty is inside everyone and that being true to ourselves helps us through hard times, find love, and have a good life. The story is still important today because it teaches us about culture and life lessons. It shows us that even though the world changes, some things stay the same. Kindness, humility, and true love are just as important now as they were a long time ago when the story was first told.